Please consider joining us on our website. You'll have access to Interesting Minds, Crime Series, and a tutorial so you can see how I do it. I can't guarantee you'll figure it out, but I will teach you how I see people.
One of the main topics up there was cryptocurrencies and all sorts of companies.
Cryptocurrencies! Breath goes in, mouth closes.
Now getting into this effort, not least among them Facebook. What kind of threat does this...
I love that, but it's my favorite. She went from playing with her pen, low-grade stress, interviews don't actually make everyone warm and fuzzy. So she brings it up, she's going to cross her arms, and then realizes as she's doing it, oh, bad body language. Let me go back to my pen, like almost instantly. So we could say that this subject is very high stress, to the point where she forgot her training.
Opposed to the traditional banking system?
Well, I think it's, you have incumbents, the banks, commercial banks, and you have the disruptors. And clearly the disruptors are having an impact on the incumbents. We just heard a very large...
So now you're watching her talk. She's giving you a stressed smile. She's giving you portrayal.
Large systemic bank.
Not a real laugh. Everything to sit there and say that, no, I'm trying to sell you something.
Here saying that they're launching the digital coin, currently piloted in a way within the institutional clients, but to be scaled beyond that. We heard from the European Central Bank that they have launched in November something that is called TIPS, that enables all the banks in the Eurozone to actually transfer instantly at virtually no cost money between them. So I think the role of the disruptors and anything that is using distributed ledger technology, whether you call it...
That was interesting. She went up on her toes. It's like a final sentence thing. She's gone over some of the crypto coins. She's not mentioned real crypto. So she finally gets that out and she goes on her tiptoes like, oh, she's reached the top of the hill. So everything else from this point should be downhill. Mentally on the why, I don't know. But for some reason, mentioning that was like a big hill.
Crypto assets, currencies or whatever, and it's far from the bitcoins that we used to talk about a year ago. That is clearly shaking the system. The voice that we heard, which was, I thought, really interesting, were those of the regulators and central bank.
And you see the demeanor has gone much quieter. She's not waving her arms around anymore. She's giving thought. So the ones that she mentioned prior, before the top of the hill, more stress there. Mentioning Bitcoin in the aftermath, not so much stress. More comfortable mentioning Bitcoin at this point, which kind of makes me suspicious. You know, the folly of any predator is underestimating its prey.
Governors who said, well, yes, this is good and this is helpful and it is changing the business model of commercial banks. But we have to be mindful of two things, trust and stability of the system. And we are equally concerned, we at the IMF, about stability. We don't want innovation that would shake the system.
We saw a big breath in that one. We don't want innovation that would shake the system. You know, if I had to guess, Facebook and European banks are something that they, IMF, should have control over. And by them doing that, because we got to that hill point, that mentioning that showed the weakness that they had in the control. And then she mentions Bitcoin. It doesn't give her stress, which is the after hill moment.
So much that we would lose the stability that is needed.
And are regulators doing enough right now to ensure that stability and as well competition from some of these big tech companies being involved in this space?
You know, I think they're mindful of wherever the competition is coming from. The central bank governor of Kenya was explaining to us that they gave a banking license to a telecom company. And I think in the future, we have to look at what lots of data collectors and movers are going to do and whether they're going to move into the banking space forcefully, in which case they will have to be regulated. They will have to be held accountable so that they can be fully trusted.
Madame Lagarde, I know you have a tight schedule. Thank you.
And there was that portrayal throughout the whole Kenya. You also see her lean away from this woman. This was a conversation she didn't really want to have. If you like it, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.